My next guest spent years struggling with missing teeth, trouble eating, and fading confidence after failed dental fixes. Then they found Dr. Samuel Collins, aka the Cowboy Dentist, who helped set them on a new trail to a healthier smile and better overall health through a holistic approach.
Yes,
Joining us with a lot to smile about, Gwendolyn Williams, Deborah Adams, and Dr. Collins with Manvel Dental and Implant Center. You're like, yes, he did. You have an amen corner over here. All right. Dr. Collins, over 30 years of experience, you are always continuing your education.
Yes.
You know, sometimes people will, well, I went to medical school in 1952 and I'm all good. Right? But things are changing, just like in tech, things change rapidly in medicine. You are recently board certified in naturopathic integrative medicine as well. What does that mean?
So, recently, actually in January, I took this nice board test on integrative holistic dental medicine. And so what it is basically looking at the body as a whole, connecting the mouth to the entire body itself.
Yeah, the mouth is so much more than smiling, eating, and talking.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
We're figuring things out of kind of how we've connected things. The brain, obviously, is important, but for a long time we always thought it was all about the digestive system and the brain, and that's it. The mouth does more than what we just talked about.
Well, the mouth is the gateway, right? And the problem is that everything about your body, and I think we before went over toxins itself, and if you can simplify it very easily, your body itself is just like a battery, right? And this battery that you have shares your cells that make you up. They share what? Electrons, right? Well, toxins, no matter where it comes from, removes electrons. And as it removes electrons, then you become what? Disease.
Yeah. And then we've connected so many things like heart disease connected to oral health,
disease,
right?
Heart disease,
high blood pressure.
I mean, whatever chronic disease that you think you have can stem from the oral cavity itself.
In fact, you had several patients who were dealing with pain, fatigue, inflammation, and you say a lot of those things, there's all kinds of reasons for that, but a lot of those things can actually start in the mouth, and you found that with a lot of your patients, when you got rid of the mouth issues, then you got rid of the need even for like having to take certain medications.
Well, one of the things for me is this, I'm looking for the oral contribution to it, right?
Yeah.
I can't fix your knee, you know what I'm saying? I can't fix your heart, whatever else, but I can show you through x-rays, doing a CT scan, I can show you where there may be toxins inside the body itself that could be contributing to all those factors.
All right. Okay, Gwendolyn, you had adult dental issues that gradually worsened, and that's kind of how it starts. You have a little issue, you go, oh, okay, I need a filling or I need a root canal, and we can't see or feel oftentimes how critical it is until it explodes, right?
And so I did went to a lot of different dentists. I even had bone surgery. None of those things did not work.
Yeah. And were you surprised how bad it had gotten? Did you realize it was that bad? Did you feel it?
I did not realize how bad it was until my teeth started dropping from the gum.
Wow.
Because I had gingivitis.
Yeah. And so you say that word gingivitis, we hear that in commercials all the time. You have a little bad breath. Well, the gingivitis tells you something else is also going on in the mouth. All right, you chose to have all of your upper teeth removed, that's a big step. But you saw multiple doctors. They all didn't have a solution, or you would go and you would get all the patchwork done and spend money on all this patchwork. And so you're like, I have to turn this around. And you had a year without upper teeth.
Yes.
You're laughing about it now, but you weren't laughing back then.
Well, I had masks on, so
it was during COVID.
It was okay.
Yeah.
But no, it was not funny at all. I was not eating well. I lost a lot of weight. I had to eat soft food like a baby. Couldn't eat my steaks like I like them. And I researched. I went to a lot of different offices. They couldn't help me.
Yeah. What does that feel like when someone says, well, thanks for coming in, can't help you?
Oh, they tell me, you have no bone, you have, you lost a lot of bone, you have no gum, to have the implant.
Yeah.
I actually get turned down from getting the implant put in.
Yeah.
Until, I start researching again, and I find Dr. Collins in Manvel.
He's like, yes, okay. And that
I
consultation offered you a lot of hope.
Oh, yes, it did.
And I'm looking at the top of your teeth, and I see some beautiful teeth up there.
I give God the glory for the smile. He is really a great doctor.
It's been about 6 years, haven't it?
Yes. About 7.
Yes, about 7 years.
Dr. Collins, so tell us what was happening in her mouth and what you were able to do that so many other people had to say, sorry, can't help you.
Well, I think first thing is you have to have diagnostics, right? And first thing we did was make sure she, with a CT scan, and one thing I'm really onto is diagnostics.
Oh my gosh,
being able to see first before
She
I
said,
tell
"Oh my
you.
gosh, is that me?" Yes, that's you. Yeah.
And so we saw that I can put bone in, but the reason why she couldn't wear her prosthetics, because she didn't have good bone, meaning that the bone was not solid enough. So when I put the implants in, I didn't get a good turn. So I needed to do some more stuff on her vitamin-wise.
To build it up. Yeah, vitamin-wise. Yeah,
exactly,
we talked about earlier.
So we put her on a massive dose of vitamin D3 and K2. You can't just take vitamin D3. You got to take K2 to put the calcium into the bone. And then she couldn't wear the appliances. So I told her, hey, I know you got a husband. Just wear a mask for a while and see what happens. And her husband loved it. But at the end of the day, it's been almost 6 years now. We were able to put the implants in place, and here she is now.
Wow.
But you got to take your time. I mean, most of these kids want to come out, they want to put implants in. You got to prepare the body. The body has to be prepared.
The damage happened over a course of decades, obviously. So it's going to take some time to get. You can do it, quicker than people think with today's technology. But it's going to take some time and some patience. But this is what you get. So how's it changed your life?
It changed my life. I could eat.
You could eat. Simple pleasures in life. You could eat
whatever I want. It don't feel like it's implant. It feel like my own.
Yeah.
And I have no pain, nothing.
All right.
And the gingivitis is gone.
It's gone, yeah, because the problem is gone.
Yeah.
Deborah,
Yes.
You now can drop it like it's hot. We're going to explain that in a minute, because you had some knee pain that was happening, and we're going to connect the dots in a minute. But what was happening with your teeth that just set you off on a path of it was failure after failure after failure?
Well, I started early trying to make sure that I took care of my mouth. I started with the veneers, and they didn't work out for me. I had to have root canals on all of them.
And let me stop for a second and say veneers are basically cosmetic,
yes,
right?
Yes,
so
yes,
you can put a veneer on it, but if stuff is going on underneath there that wasn't checked, it's going to fall apart.
It's still a problem.
Right. Then I noticed that when I would go to my dentist, he would always say that my teeth were loose, but never a solution to what I needed to do. And so I just kind of dealt with it, and I learned how not to smile. I learned how to smile from the top and hold the bottom and not really give the smile that I can give today.
And I bet you were very careful about what you ate, right?
Oh, I couldn't eat. I didn't like eating in the front of people because I always felt like my teeth were so loose that it was possible that the dentist had told me that it could come out if I bite into something.
And Dr. Collins, this speaks to, dentists, like every other profession, there are people who specialize in certain things.
Yes.
And so it's not that those dentists didn't know what they were doing or were wrong, it's just that they don't do what you do.
Right.
So at that point, it's like they're loose. That was AKA, you need to go see an expert on dealing with their teeth being loose. But they didn't quite say that or make a recommendation for you, so a lot of patients will just walk out the door and start compensating. So what was going on with her teeth?
Well, a lot of times, to be honest with you, it's not necessarily just, she was brushing her teeth. She's a pretty woman, so I know she was not just at home not brushing her teeth.
Well, a lot of us are. We're doing what we're told. We brush and floss. It doesn't, no guarantees.
A lot of times, though, it's actually minerals. So she's actually depleting the vitamin D3. And so vitamin D3 is something that you need, and K2 again, and magnesium, right, to make sure that your body's, your overall health is good. So what happens is a lot of times that the plaque that you think you have is a problem because there's something going on here, something going on with here. It's also mineral related. So we figured out on her, it's mineral. So I got her again, got a vitamin D test done, and now we have her on a strong vitamin D situation. Now she's healthy.
So Lisa,
bone is good.
Most people are probably deficient in vitamin D.
Most
today,
people
right?
are.
Yeah, we're not planting and farming out in the fields with a little bit of sunshine anymore.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. So now, what you discovered when your teeth got right, the rest of you started feeling better.
Yes, absolutely. And I went to the eye doctor 3 weeks ago, and my vision is better. Like, my glasses went down a whole number.
I don't think that ever happens. That your prescription gets right.
And so I looked. I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Well, you can keep the old ones, but you don't need that much vision."
Wow.
Because remember, the infection was in my head.
Yeah. So the infection was impacting other organs in the body. Yeah.
It's so difficult for people to understand it's just not my teeth. Our mindset is always, it's just my teeth. It doesn't really matter. No, chronic infection doesn't matter where it's located. It's still chronic infection.
This is a natural place for chronic infection
and it's
to
a
happen.
natural place where chronic infection is going to happen.
And so it didn't only impact your eyeyesight.
It helped my
also,
knees.
Let's get to the knee, all right?
Oh, my knees are wonderful.
And what can you do now that you haven't done in a long time?
I could actually squat down and pick stuff up off the floor. Well, I call it dropping it down.
Yeah. But the whole point is
that the flexibility in my body, it was the best decision I ever made was to follow through.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I went in, you know, you hear all this costs. But I feel like if you see a shiny car and you want it, you pay for it.
Well, in this case, it's
but
your
you know what the good thing
It's your health,
is?
exactly.
These will be with me. I don't have to trade this in.
Yeah, there you go. And not only that, it just is, you know, we're living longer today, and there are certain parts of our body are not keeping up.
Yes.
They weren't meant to keep up, but we have the technology to do that.
Yes.
But the earlier you get in with a problem like this, the less it will cost you, because you want to interrupt those problems as soon as you can, when it's just gingivitis, right? But the point is, get in. When someone says to you, can't help you, or someone says your teeth are loose, or something is chronic that they can't fix, don't just walk out the door and let it go, because whatever's happening is going to march on in your mouth until you have no teeth. Yeah, and in your gut. That's right. That's right. And that's why you want to treat it holistically.
Yes.
All right, the Cowboy Dentist has a special offer for Great Day Houston viewers. Get a free consultation and CT scan when you make an appointment, and lifetime warranty when you go through the process. They have 2 locations, one in Manvel and the other in Rosenberg. You can take advantage of that special offer now by calling 361-D-COWBOY. That works out to be 361-326-9269. Again, 361-326-9269. You can also visit them online at thecowboydentist.net. And before we go, where are you from?
I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, that's a beautiful accent. I was like, you were making gingivitis sound good.